So I thought I'd start this evening talking about some things that other cultures do. So I think it's good to learn from other cultures. There's a lot we can learn from other cultures that we don't do. But before I do start talking about it, so I would like some tolerance in this room. I want people to remember that just because a culture is different than ours doesn't mean it's wrong. So the first one I've got here is in Zambia in Papua New Guinea, boys at the age of 7 are taken from their mums, which they believe is because men aren't born without the essence to be a man and must be given it. This is done through man's milk. Now, you've got science, you're all being tolerant right now, you need to appreciate this. Well, with mans, they get their cum, the older males, and then make the little 7-year-olds drink it so they can grow up and be big and strong like a man. But hey, at least they're not Catholic. Am I right, guys? In Spain, they have something called the Devil's Jump. You know about this? Just where the priest of the town, he'd dress up like the devil and he'd line up several babies, right? And then, like a divine Evel Knievel, do a little jump over them. And what that will do is it will get rid of their original sin. Now, before you look up videos on Lively, no, there haven't been any accidents of it. I mean, no pictures of horrible things going wrong with it, which apparently I looked up and go, well, there's nothing been gone wrong with this. And I'm like, come on, of course there has, of course there has. Because there's definitely one time the priest he got really drunk in the barn, and there had been, he's been talking to a lady, and the guy came up to him and was like, hey, I've seen you jump over 10 babies, but can you jump over 15 babies? And he's like, hey, I can jump over 20 babies. And the next day he wakes up with a hangover and he goes, got to jump over 20 babies. He's like, come on God, right, if you do one thing for me, let me jump over 20 babies. And he goes there the next day, they line up 20, so they can't just pile them on. And they've got a big pile of babies, they've got to line them up nice and neatly and safely. They've got 20 in a row and he's looking at them. And he's like, right, okay. They jump over 20 babies right now. And he does a jump and just misses and stamps his heel in the soft underdeveloped skull. Little baby, and crushes it like a grape. And you hear a hysterical mother scream and run over and scrape little Carlos off of his heel and cradle it crying. That hasn't happened. Unfortunately, I would love the video to be done. But anyways, the thing is, I talk about different cultures and stuff, and we're pretty lucky to be English. It's pretty good. Things aren't too bad here. Well, it's getting worse, but still pretty good, And we've got like loads of places and we're all starving to death with world hunger and stuff. And the thing is, it should be solved by now. World hunger should be solved because we've got 3D printers, and you can print out like organs. And if you can print out organs, you can print out food. So we should be able to give all those starving countries loads of 3D printers, they print out food and it'll be solved. But we haven't created that yet because science doesn't work that way. Now, so the latest invention that's come out was the twerking ass. I don't know if you've seen that. What it is it's like this ass, and you plug it into like an iPad, and you stick your dick in it and you fuck it. Because the thing is, I don't know if anyone's familiar with science right over here, but does anyone know the first rule of science? Anyone know the first rule of science? The first rule of science is, well, it's either can we fuck it or will it help me funk? Because if you make every invention, so you got the internet helping you fuck, by put internet dating and watching porn so you can have a wank, right? So you got phones, same thing, right? Then you got DVDs, porn, videos, porn, Betamax, not porn, that's why it lost the video. So, you got the printing press, pornography. I think you're looking at me and you're saying, hey Tom, what about all the agricultural developments we've had in the past? What they don't have anything to do with fucking or sex. Well actually, the agricultural developments we have in the past, so farmers have more time to fuck. Now, I'm not saying that the twerking ass is a bad invention, it's an okay invention, but my issue with it is that they're just trying to replicate sex. And I think as a human race, we can strive to make something better than sex, Because really what we need is more holes. Now, if I was a sciencer, right, if I did a bit of sciencing and I went to the big round table of scientists and we all sat around talking about the future of science, I would present them this idea. I'd tell Stephen Hawking, I'd be like, Stephen, now this isn't your field, you might be able to learn a little bit from this. So we've got what I want, right? It's like a big fleshy orb, or a sphere, if you will, about yay high, which is the scientific term for that high. And what it is, what it's got on it, it's got an arsehole and a vagina. An arsehole and a vagina. Another arsehole and a vagina. Anyways, it goes all the way around it. And you might have a bit of trouble keeping up with this. And then to the sides of this is my invention, right? To the sides of it, you've got tits. You've got tits all the way around the sides, all the sizes, all of them. So everyone's got a preference, got it all the way around. And you've got two arms coming out of it, and the joints of it are like the necks of owls. So it can twist itself round. Your arsehole, vagina, arsehole, vagina. Good idea, right? And I know some of you are probably looking at me trying hard to sort of think about what that might look like. I don't want to make this too much like a TED talk, but I do have an artistic rendering, a visual guide for you guys. So this is now, guys at the back, try to brace yourself. It is only a drawing. I don't want anyone fucking my bit of cardboard. So what you've got. Your vagina, your arsehole, vagina, arsehole, vagina, arsehole. Side tits, all the sizes. Now you have it, so it's powered on cum, right? So you want to save the environment, and it's powered on cum, right? But the problem we've got with this invention is when Japan make it, which they did, you have it so. They wouldn't make a mistake by giving it a working uterus. So, I don't know if anyone's seen Gremlins, but you know that bit when all the little thing, that kind of happens. So it jump onto a guy, because it's sentient, and just start fucking him. You can have a good time, because I mean, who's not going to want to fuck that, you know? You're having a good time, it's fucking, you're like, yeah, this is amazing, fucking, amazing, good time. But then it's been 2 weeks, you're an emasculated waste, and he's still having a good time, and it jumps off you and hops into another person, pops out loads of little, because it'd be kind of human as well, so it'd have weird human faces mixed with that, but still essentially that thing, jumping on loads of other people, and eventually the army have to get involved. Now the thing is, right, is once a month you can track it by following like a crimson trail. So they're going in, there's like a dilapidated building, they've got like a shotgun with, I don't know if that's army thing they would use, it's the only gun I can think of. They've got a shotgun with a little flashlight on top of it, and there's an old dilapidated building, they get in, and they just see like a head of blue waffle. And they see something just crawling towards them. And it's like a weeping, STI-ridden Pac-Man. And the army guy just looking at it, I'm sorry guys, I've just got to fuck it. And that's the end of mankind. But if it's not that, if that's not what's going to happen, if it's not that, all it would end up being is, pretty much the future's going to be either that, or we're on a room, right? Every man's just in a room with TVs everywhere. So the whole wall is just a TV screen. And you got like a little tube that comes down, you sit in your comfy chair, and it just feeds you McDonald's, right? But like a Big Mac, Coke, and chips, all sloshed along. Like they call it a mixed slosh. And you put it into your throat and you guzzle it, and you just sit there just jerking off to porn all day. And eventually we evolved to not have assholes. So we just start coming out shitty piss. And you get sort of stuck in a matted head, like distended, bloated bellies. And eventually little vaginas will evolve on our chins. So when we come, it will impregnate them, and it will blow up like a bullfrog. And you pop it like a pinball, and all pussy beard babies will fly out and suckle on our big hairy man tits. Anyway. That's me then, guys. They've taught me a little bit about science and other cultures. Anyway, thanks, guys. Cheers.